G'day and welcome to CruiseAway, the only show in Oz that you can't afford to miss. Our team of travel whiz kids have been getting the best deals for exciting cruises and world stays for over 25 years. And we are the experts in knitting together those big trips with no worries.
Yes, welcome along. If you like your holidays easy, breezy, well, you're in the right place. And this time we're collecting postcards from Europe with a range of fascinating trips over the next couple of years that will tick so many boxes for our travellers. If you like variety, you're definitely in the best place.
Yes, we have got a jet-setting mosaic trip next September, where over 32 nights you'll enjoy the very best of the Med and Northern Europe with MSC inclusive. We've got a Baltics Princess cruise for April with a stay in London to come. And we'll begin with a Med Dawn trip with Norwegian Cruise Lines to Italy, France and Spain for October in 2027. It seems like a long way away, but we have got a low deposit today. It's 15 nights and we're flying first from Sydney, first over to the home of Paella, Gaudi and Las Ramblas. It's Barcelona and you'll enjoy a 3-night hotel stay here. It's a wonderful city. It's very bright, it's very cosmopolitan, it's very fun. You will love it.
And so much incredible architecture. You mentioned Gaudi there. Well, there's the Trio of Discord, his famous buildings, the Sagrada Familia, which isn't finished yet, but you can definitely see them getting there. And Parque Güell, you've got to see this. It's literally like stepping onto a cloud full of all of this beautiful colour and mosaic. And then there's a beach and wonderful mountains to visit up in Montjuic. There's a theme park. You can take the funicular. What a city. And then what a ship. We're cruising on board the Norwegian Cruise Lines Norwegian Dawn for 10 nights. You have more at sea included with your premium drinks package, your Wi-Fi package, your 2 specialty dining meals and $50 shore excursions credit per stateroom per port, plus your gratuities. Very little to even have to think about here. Now, when it comes to entertainment, Norwegian Cruise Line really do it in style. From their famous white hot party up there in the disco that you saw with all the flashing lights, and the glow sticks.
Steady on, Danny.
Look,
wow.
It's so much fun. I don't know. It's just so much fun. It might be something that you're thinking to yourself, well, I'm not a party animal anymore. But when you're on a cruise ship, there's something about the infectious energy that just makes you want to go and experience these things. There's a lot of theme nights when it comes to, nights in port, for example. You might have the Chocoholics buffet, you might have Caribbean night, Brazilian night, 70s, 80s. They're always thinking about new ways to engage and entertain, to make it fun for you. You've got options to see things like the question and answer session with the captain in the theatre. I mean, you can ask questions that are burning on your mind. You might want to do a behind the scenes tour where you get to go to the galley and the engine room, and that always sells out very fast, by the way. So speak to the Shore Excursions team about booking that. We are cruising out of Barcelona and we are heading first up into Palma de Mallorca, a charming island in Spain, part of the Balearics. Lovely, things to see there are the cathedral, the old town, but right there at the port you've got just a wonderful walkway with great bars. Then it's Valencia, the third city of Spain, it's often called, for its lovely medieval old town with the Quatre Serranos and the Torres de Serranos. But then there's the Arts and Sciences building, which is like something from the future. You've got to see that too. We are into Motril next, and this is your gateway to see the Alhambra Palace of Granada, or perhaps Torremolinos, not too far away, which is a really fun place to visit, and the most stunning beaches. It's the Mediterranean. It's a great sea for swimming in. We are into Cadiz next, down in Andalusia, which boasts a lot of history from the Moorish period. In fact, you can go to Seville, which is stunning, for the Alcazar. I'd recommend the Aire baths there as well, which are really beautiful. Then it's Gibraltar, where no trip to Gibraltar is complete without visiting those apes up on the rock. Yes, they are very cheeky and fascinating to watch. You might also want to go and see the lovely sea life, and the dolphin safari there is very good. Ajaccio Corsica awaits us next. This is the birthplace of Napoleon Bonaparte. So if you're a history buff, you will love this port. You can go to the Maison Bonaparte and learn about that, or maybe a little winery tour in Le Clos. The French wineries are wonderful. Then it's Livorno. Now, Livorno is also a great stopping off point for lots of different areas of Italy, from Cinque Terre, which are the 5 neighbouring towns, through to Pisa and Florence, which you can see Pisa and Florence together in a day if you budget your time. Then it's Cannes. Cannes, of course, home of that famous film festival. This is such an amazing part of the Côte d'Azur. You've got, room really to visit other places here along the coast, such as Nice and Monte Carlo and Monaco. You've got to go and gawk at those yachts for sure. Then we're back into Barcelona, where you'll disembark and we will fly you back to Oz after this wonderful Mediterranean adventure.
Can we go tomorrow, please?
Please.
I love it. I mean, look at that list of wonderful places. And of course, the great thing with Europe is it's so diverse. You've got all of the different cultures. You've got all of the different landscapes going on there. It's an amazing time of the year as well, actually, to go and enjoy this part of the Med, because you're out of the hustle of the main peak tourist season. So if you want to go and see those bigger attractions, you can actually get to them very, very easily. And you'll enjoy this wonderful wide variety of new places. I love the fact that you're going to Barcelona first. Some of you will have been to Barcelona before, but I tell you what, it is one of those cities you could go back to 150 times and always see something completely and utterly different. I love this holiday. I love the sound of it. I hope you do as well. A deposit today, because this is quite a long way off. This is October in 2 years' time, but a low deposit will lock in an amazing dream away price for you today. Oh yeah, that price tag, here it is. And it includes so much while you're on board. Honestly, you have not a worry. You could get on board with literally without a cent or a dollar and everything taken care of just so beautifully. You will want for very little if you had nothing in your wallet. That is incredible. And this price will lock in just a great package. So it's your Sydney flights to and from Barcelona. There's that 3-night hotel city stay there before you cruise, and that's brilliant. You can make that longer, of course. Just talk to the team. We can make it any length you like. But as it is in the package, it's 3 nights. And then your cruise is 10 nights on Norwegian Dawn. It is inclusive, and I mean massively inclusive as well. So you have premium drinks to enjoy right the way through the cruise. You've got a 2-night specialty dining package. If you decide to upgrade, that becomes even more, by the way. Same for Wi-Fi. You have a Wi-Fi package built in as well, which gets bigger if you upgrade. You've also got shore excursion credits. Of every port that you go into, there is a shore excursion credit on your account, which is brilliant. And of course, your gratuities are all in. It's brilliant. You are enjoying Spain and Italy and France and charming Gibraltar, which is so lovely on your trip. And there's just 1 sea day on the cruise as well. So it really is port intensive to discover all of those wonderful new places all in one. Here's what's included for you. Honestly, this is so good for the price tag. And again, I know we're booking way ahead of time, but I know how organized you are. Sometimes people say to us, okay, why are you showing us cruises in 2027? And my answer back usually is because you've booked so many already for next year, I have to get ahead of you and your booking, because so many people have 2 or 3 cruises. They know what their next 4 or 5 cruises will be. So if I could push out to 2028, I would. As soon as the itineraries are released by the cruise lines, we are here on your screens to tell you about them. And also to say, if you've never been on a big trip like this before, a deposit today gives you lots of budgeting, breathing space between now and then as well. Because remember, your due date for final payment is around 3 or 4 months before you go. And that's a long time from now, as you can see on an offer like this. Now listen, if you have never ever cruised before, but more and more you're seeing these shows and you're thinking, I'm getting closer, here is what you can look forward to.
When you choose to cruise, you'll experience one of the best value holidays with so much included as standard. Your floating resort will take you to multiple destinations in one trip, where you'll wake up to a new view every day and only have to unpack once. Your en-suite accommodation will have everything you need to feel right at home, with a daily service provided by your personal cabin steward. Around the ship, you'll have the opportunity to take part in various activities, which can include quizzes, dance classes, game shows, movie screenings, lectures, and much more. If that sounds too much, then feel free to relax, unwind and watch the world go by in a solarium or around one of the pools or even in a hot tub. If you're cruising with a family, then the little ones will be well taken care of with a range of kids clubs available for all ages from morning till late. Plus, no matter the age, everyone can have a thrilling time with rock climbing walls, zip lines, water parks, skating, simulators, and even bumper cars. When it comes to food, you'll never go hungry on a cruise, with options available right around the clock. Enjoy fine dining with waiter service in one of the main restaurants, or opt for something more casual in the self-service buffet. There's also snacks and room service available too. And as the sun goes down, that's when the ship really comes to life. Every evening, you'll be spoilt for choice when it comes to entertainment, from Broadway-style shows in the lavish theatre to live music, comedy, karaoke, silent discos, as well as onboard nightclubs, allowing you to dance the night away. So, if you want more holiday for less dollar, make sure you choose to cruise.
Yeah, absolutely. It's never a dull moment. Now, as we know, when it comes to discovering Europe, Princess Cruises have a fabulous range of different cruise routes, and we're heading to the Baltics now for April. It's been off the menu for a few years of cruising, so this is great news. These countries are fascinating, and we're starting your 19-night trip by flying over to London from Sydney to enjoy 3 nights in a hotel first. I know, London, not exactly the Baltics, but good place to start.
And in April, of course, you're going to be there in UK spring. So it's a wonderful time to get out of there and enjoy the parks like Hyde Park, St James's Park, as the beautiful flowers are blooming. You're going to see all those spring flowers out. And I tell you what, there ain't a city that really matches or eclipses London when it comes to culture. Like, you know, every 25-mile increment along the Thames, you have a different castle. So you've got Windsor Castle, you've got Buckingham Palace, you've got the Tower of London. Utterly fascinating. We've included your transfer to Southampton, where you're going to be boarding the Sky Princess for 14 nights. Wonderful. This will be a great time to really just get to know the ship. And having been on board the ship, I have to say, I think it's gorgeous. It's next level when it comes to Princess. You know, the Sky and the Sun are a new innovation from them, and they are designed specifically to be innovative spaces around the ship. You know, the atrium is a wonderful focal meeting point, and Princess really wanted to go back to that feeling of the atrium having a lot going on. You know, a lot of cruise ships in recent years have moved away from that idea, but I love the idea that you could be there watching live entertainment, having a nice glass of champagne, or maybe up in the second or third deck, it is, I think, having, you know, a delicious pizza or calzone and Alfredos, and then Sabatinis as well for fresh pasta. I mean, it's wonderful food on board. You've got the Crown Grill Steakhouse for some of the best steaks you'll taste at sea. In fact, they have won Best Pizza at Sea by Cruise Critic, by USA Today, so they're constantly getting nominated, you know, for awards and winning awards as well. There's Alfredos, that's my favourite.
Do you know the thing that really fascinated me, and I was filming on a Princess ship not that long ago, in fact, and it never even occurred to me really, but you think about it, and here's one of the outdated things, you know, with cruising as well, the outdated pictures that people have in their mind. You see all these restaurants are different, but you imagine that the cutlery, the plates, the glasses, they're just going to be the same in every single restaurant.
Right.
No. Every restaurant has its own cutlery, its own table setting, its own wine glasses. I was fascinated by that because I just imagined, how on earth do you keep track of all that thing? But that's the extra detail that these cruise lines go to. Which I think, it's only a little thing, but it's the little things that make the biggest difference.
It is. It's the detail with Princess. The beauty's all in the details, and they are thoughtfully done. I mean, the spaces are gorgeously created. The staterooms are fresh and modern, yet they also have that traditional touch. And Best Bed at Sea, Cruise Critic, the Cruise Critics do not lie, that's for sure. And it's so comfortable. 80% of the staterooms have private balconies as well, so you can watch that sail into port. Here's your Italian-inspired piazza. Movies Under the Stars, a Princess icon. They've got a new lounge there, Take 5 for you. You can enjoy stargazing on deck. Destination-themed activities are big with Princess, and with the Baltics, you might find visiting trunk shows that bring you, you know, Matryoshka dolls and those beautiful painted boxes to purchase on board, you know, and Baltic amber and things like that. So we're cruising out of Southampton, and first up, we're into Skagen in Denmark, which is something we don't often see on itineraries. On Denmark's northern tip, the Baltic meets the North Sea. Now, you might want to learn about the Viking history here and do a tour that takes you all around these spaces. Then we're into Copenhagen. Stunning. What a city. Whether you're enjoying, wandering around and taking in the incredible, fishing boat lined canals with those beautiful coloured houses in the background with a beer in hand. Then it's Warnemünde. Now, this is a stopping off point for Berlin, so it's kind of Berlin's sea resort. But I tell you what, even if you're just wandering around Warnemünde, right there on the beach, they have these lovely wicker sunbeds that make amazing photos. Overnight on board in Stockholm. Now, this is the place to have your overnight because you'll want to really, really get to know Stockholm. Now, maybe you'll head to the ABBA Museum or take a bike tour through the lovely gardens or just wander around the old town. But you will want to come back to Stockholm again, that's for sure. Then we're into Tallinn in Estonia. Now, I love the variety and scope of different places on this itinerary. You know, Tallinn's really fascinating. It has a lovely medieval old town that you can visit. The Nevski Cathedral in particular is a highlight. Maybe do a walking tour here. Then it's Helsinki, perhaps the harshness of this city, counteracted by the incredible friendliness, actually, of the Finnish people is what you'll enjoy. Do a nice tour again, minibus tour to see the hotspots. Then we're into Visby. Now, Visby is a fascinating island in Sweden, and it's known for its famous medieval festival. They hold that every year with 20,000 people visiting. Now, I did a bike tour when I was in this port, and in springtime, it's a wonderful thing to do to see all the lovely spring blooms. A couple of days at sea sees us into Southampton. We have included your transfer to the airport to fly back to Oz. If you want to extend your stay, maybe head out to see the Rellos in different parts of the UK or Scotland or Ireland, speak to our team and we can get that arranged for you.
Yeah, maybe you fancy a stay in one of the cities in the UK other than London. Maybe Manchester or Liverpool or Edinburgh. It's all possible. Maybe there's a few things you want to do on the way back as well. We were talking about Barcelona. Maybe you fancy a little trip to Barcelona on the way back. And again, when you book with CruiseAway, the great thing is, you know that we have made the trip absolutely seamless and simple, with transfers to and from the ship included in the offer as well, which I think is great. A deposit today will get this booked for you as well. Very exciting. Very, very exciting. You'll love cruising with Princess because they are just such a magical cruise line. This is one of their newer ships, which is so lovely, so bright, so airy, so social as well, which is brilliant. And this, I have to say, is a really fascinating trip. You're exploring the Baltics and more. Stops in Denmark and Germany and Finland and Estonia and more, with an overnight in stunning Stockholm as well. I mean, an amazing city. Joe was talking about some of the highlights that you could enjoy there. You can enjoy 2 or 3 of them because you've got 2 full days to be able to do that. Now, we've included the Sydney return flights to London, a 3-night hotel stay there, the transfer down to Southampton to join Sky Princess, and then your 2 weeks of cruising. And even at the back end of the cruise, the transfer is there from Southampton back to the airport in London to then fly back to Sydney. It is so comprehensive. It's what we do here at CruiseAway. Here's everything that's included. It is brilliant. Again, amazing. And honestly, Princess Europe trips are booking up like crazy right now, so I would say get in sooner rather than later because it gets very, very busy. Here we're looking at one for April next year, which is relatively soon actually, but we are booking all of the way through 2027 as well. Also, if you're interested in the world cruising with Princess, again, those are booking up very, very quickly. Some of you taking the half world, maybe flying over to the UK and doing a half world back to Brisbane or Sydney. You know, like, it's absolutely fantastic. All the opportunities are out there. There's no better time than today to call us toll free and find out what's hot. 1300 411 968. Honestly, I love cruising. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
What's not to love?
I know, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Right, our final offer for today is already booking up like absolute crazy. A lot of you like the idea of this, and I'm not surprised. Your jet-setting glamour capital full of variety and fun trip on MSC Magnifica Magnifica even, across Europe for next September. Now this is 32 nights of pure bliss, and it starts with a flight from Sydney over to Berlin in Germany. Now this is such a momentous city, full of wonder, history and jaw-dropping moments, and you'll stay here for 3 nights in a hotel first. You'll love it.
Can you imagine? So much to see. You can explore Berlin's Reichstag building, sample street food at the Markthalle, which is the famous food market, see the historical sites, of course, where the Berlin Wall was, the site of that. Then you're going to take a journey to Rostock, and you'll have 2 nights in a hotel here, which is wonderful. See, lovely scenic train journey here. It's got a really unique atmosphere, Rostock, very different from Berlin. Beautiful harbour with a lot of maritime flair and history to be explored. The lighthouse is lovely, the botanical gardens, the big wheel. Then we're going to cruise on board the MSC Magnifica for 23 nights. Well, that's a wonderful time, an amount of time to cruise. You know, you've got over 3 weeks of sumptuous cruising that awaits you. Now, when it comes to entertainment, the MSC brand really does have a great idea of what we love as cruisers. You know, from bowling through to virtual reality, they have a whole deck which is dedicated to entertainment. So I recommend booking early for that, so you and your party can enjoy the entertainment throughout the cruise. So look at the theatre, how glamorous. It's sort of modelled after La Scala in Milan, this, because you've got the grandeur, the Art Deco vibe, and you're going to be seeing shows every single night, and during the day, by the way. So during the day, they might have guest lecturers, they might do game shows. There's always something happening in the theatre.
Can I just throw in a bonus here, if that's okay, for this cruise?
Yes, we like bonuses.
How about an Easy Plus drinks package?
Oh, yes.
So a nice selection of classic cocktails and house wines by the glass, draft beer, bottled beer, unlimited soft drinks as well. Sorry to interrupt.
Great. No, that sounds good. Get anything else you want to throw in there? How about
That'll do for now, I think. That'll do for now,
yes.
I think, quite nicely.
Oh, well, guess what? Your dining's included in your main dining room and in your buffet, your international buffet. That's included. The gym's included. The shows are included. So much is included already. Now, we are cruising out of Rostock, and first up we're into Gdynia in Poland, which is a modern, very green city with a lovely blend of history and culture. You also have a medieval element to this. Klaipėda in Lithuania is next, and it's situated right on the Baltic coast. Absolutely stunning. Known for the Baltic amber, by the way, so that's what to shop for in these ports. Then it's Riga. What a city. UNESCO World Heritage. It kind of has a Russian and Latvian side. I'd recommend the walking tour there, which I really enjoyed. Fascinating stories abound. Then Helsinki is next up. Now, one thing to see here is the Tempekallio Church, which is this big kind of, you know, rock face church. It's so interesting. Tallinn's next, and this will enable you to, again, get that like cross section of these sort of Eastern European ports, very different from the others. Then we're into Stockholm for an overnight. Now, Stockholm is charming, is eclectic, is beautiful, and is best explored by walking. So do a walking tour there. Copenhagen, same thing. The great thing about these capitals is that they're very easy to walk around and get a flair for, you know, the vibe. Tivoli Gardens there's great. We are into Karlskrona in Sweden next, which is, you know, scattered across 33 individual islands, and all worth the visit if you get time to a boat tour. Warnemunde's next, and this is the seaside port of Berlin. Now, having already experienced Berlin on this trip, you might want to just take your time and chill in Warnemünde, take some great pictures. Then it's Rotterdam in the Netherlands. You know, being here in just tail end of summer, lovely, vibrant. You're going to have lots of things to do and enjoy. Windmills, you've got to see those. Then it's La Rochelle in France, which is actually really wonderful to see. Again, maritime museums. If you love learning about the maritime history and the war, this is your place. Bilbao awaits us, and it's known for the Guggenheim. That is a must-see. Even if you're not a big art person, just going into that museum is a great experience. You've got to have the pinchos too. Lixos in Portugal is next. Pinchos, by the way, are little Spanish tapas, and Portugal has its own version. You might want to do a wine tour, learning about the port wine that is underneath the city in caskets. Then it's Valencia, and talking about wine, Spanish wines are also great, but Valencia is fascinating because it has a festival every year called Las Fallas, so go to the museum. Then it's Marseille, one of the biggest ports in Europe. you know, just strolling the back streets of Marseille will enable you to get a flair for French culture, maybe with a glass of wine. We're going to disembark then in Genoa, and we have a train to Milan. We've got 2 nights in a hotel. Now, Milan is the fashion and financial capital of Italy, and it really has got so much to offer you. From this really beautiful Galleria Vittoria, which you must see, through to Piazza Duomo and, you know, the Castello Forsecco. There's going to be something there in Milan that really piques your interest. It's a wonderful Italian city. After that, you are going to be flying back to Oz, but what an itinerary. I mean, you've got some really interesting ports here, such, you know, Poland and Lithuania. We don't, you know, Finland as well, Portugal, France. This will be one of those itineraries that enables you to tick off so many boxes on your travel bucket list.
It's crazy, and we've run through that like we've been galloping on a horse. But this is actually quite a relaxed trip. You're going to be taking in so much. It's rich, it's varied, there's lots of variety, celebration, and new places to explore. For me, it's the variety of the travel here too as well. You'll feel like you've got a real feel for the areas that you are visiting. It's a massive package. It's inclusive on the cruise as well, and there's so many other elements to it as well. What I would suggest on this one, first of all, the price is, I know the ship is called Magnifica, the price here is magnificent. What I would suggest you do is take this number, take a picture of this number, pop it into our website at cruiseaway.com.au, and you can go through in a little bit more leisure when you've got a little bit more time than we've got in the show to be able to go through all the different elements of this, because they are amazing. Here's everything that's included, and you can grab this with a deposit today as well. So that includes the flight from Sydney to Berlin, 3 nights in a hotel there to enjoy Oktoberfest and the amazing city, and then you take the train to Rostock for a 2-night hotel stay there. Now, Rostock is right near the port where you will join MSC Magnifica in Warnemünde for 23 nights of full board MSC cruising with an easy drinks package as well to enjoy as you go and cruise the Baltics with ports in Sweden and Denmark and Finland and Estonia and Germany and France and Spain and Portugal, and ending in Genoa in Italy. Then you'll enjoy the train journey there along to Milan for a 2-night hotel stay there before the included flight back to Oz. It's a whistle-stop tour around Europe, but I tell you what, you've covered so much in that one trip. It is ridiculous, and there is so much taken care of for you as well. I mean, drinks while you're on board the ship, unlimited soft drinks, and you've got a selection of select alcohol drinks there as well for you to enjoy on your cruise. And it was a massive cruise as well, isn't it? 23 nights of cruising, going from place to place to place. Amazing. You are going to love it. All you need to do to grab that and to secure it right now with a deposit today is call us toll free on 1300 411 968, and that will get you booked. It is superb. I don't know how you got through all of that, by the way.
Well, I tell you what, it's that is the itinerary to do.
Yeah.
You know, traveling over to Europe, it's a big trip, isn't it? You know, from this part of the world, traveling over to Europe. So you might as well get out there and see as much as possible. And a cruise enables you to do that with the minimal amount of stress. You're not having to think about packing up and going to the next destination all the time. This is the way to do it, my friends. Honestly, get this booked, because this will be one to talk about for many years to come.
Yeah, absolutely. And come back and see us again. We are here every day right on this channel with more chances to cruise away.
Bye for now.